Hello, this is Shannon from Ebonygeek45, and I want to go ahead and hop right back into that coding. Now, we got a good example of what the code did, and like I said, as a simple rundown of what happened with our coding, we made double variables and we just declared them all in the line here. We separated them by commas and ended them with a semicolon. Then we printed out the line, the average of any number 5 times. It was itself. And then at this point, all we wanted was a prompt for user input to collect the data that the user put in 5 different times. Okay? Then once they had their data that the user put in each different variable, then they were stored, and here we added them to each other to get a total of the 5 numbers, and then we divided them by 5 and stored the value, the total, in these 6 our variable. Okay, and then we printed out a string, and then we printed out our variable with the total, and that was the end of the code. Okay, so I think that you follow me on this, but then you had a question. Well, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. You say, okay, when we put in our code, then we had to be pretty careful not to, you know, do one of these numbers. And that kind of messes up the code that we put in, because it's kind of easy to skip the lines because the prompt is not really giving us the control we need. And I'm pretty sure that you did see that when you were probably playing with the code. So we want to make it more user input friendly, I guess you would say. So it's simple to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and comment out our code. And to try to do this quickly, okay, here's what you would do. You would just go down the line like we normally do, and okay, think you're getting the idea of what I'm doing here. Okay, all right. And so once we, and remember to comment out this top line, or it's just going to drive your code haywire when you have the two. Okay, and so what we did this time, for better control of how the numbers are put in, then we just went on ahead and initialized each variable for user input separately, as you can see. Okay, and so when we run it, and here we go, we'll put in our number, and as soon as we hit enter, it goes to the next line. You know, so that makes it a little bit more error proof, I guess I would say. And so, and since it's a little bit error proof, you could use this code to do any kind of averages you want, and we have it set so that it'll take 5 numbers. Okay, you might want to set it so it takes 7 numbers, and all you would do is just add down the line to it. Okay, and you will make sure that you have enough variables, and it's just simple as can be. And as I did comment before, and I think I did prove it, the average of any number 5 times is itself. And you could go ahead and run that code and play with it as many times as you want. As long as you put in the same number, it's gonna be itself. Okay? I dare you to break that code. In any case, it's still functional if you want to put in different numbers. It's all the same to the code, such as it's pretty hard to put in just random numbers when you're not used to it. But the average of those 5 numbers is 983.8. And so I think it's pretty accurate, and I think it's pretty error proof at this point. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remind you to go ahead and follow us on Twitter or Facebook. We do have those options open for you. And I guess now that that's done, and I did tell you it will be simple, we're going to end this tutorial, and good luck and happy coding.